Hello everyone, Callmebailo here. Welcome to the channel. Who's ready for some TCAP? To catch a predator, that is. This is a video I'm going to be reacting to. It's season 1, episode 3, and it takes place in Georgia. Let's see what predators we got. Because, of course, there's some memorable moments from this show. I don't remember if any of them are in this episode or not. It's been a while since I've seen this episode, but let's roll tape, shall we?
A man who made a date online for sex with a young girl has shown up earlier than expected. Our decoy, playing the part of a young girl, heads to the front door to wave the man in.
Hey, come on in.
He's 32-year-old Christopher Xavier Cannon, here to meet a 15-year-old virgin. At least that's what he was told. Turns out he's a media director at his church, a volunteer position working with young teens, which makes his sexually explicit online chat all the more disturbing. Using the screen name Xavier01, he asks the girl if she's ever had an orgasm. The decoy says, "I don't think so," and Xavier01 says, "Good." Then he asks her,
"Do you want to be on top or bottom?"
I'm not sure. Which is better?
We'll have to see where you fit best, if you know what I mean.
Oh, I see. I think I know.
Or we can do doggy style.
Sorry if I don't put this stuff in the washer right away, it just wrinkles. But I made some sweet tea, so just make yourself a glass.
Can I use your restroom?
Oh, why don't you have a seat real quick?
Oh, yeah, I know what this is. I know what this was. I just went to test it, that's all.
Okay, noted, sir.
Thanks. I know what it was.
What do you think it was?
Nothing.
He's like, nothing. He just fast walks right out.
out the door, right into the arms of the Harris County Sheriff's Department.
Hey, stop! Stop! Get down on the ground! Get down on the ground! Get down!
I know what it was. No one did.
As our investigation continues here in rural Georgia, it becomes clear there are plenty of other men who seem to know about our investigations, but show up anyway.
I'm Tony, I work with the sheriff's office, and this is Teresa.
But sheriff's investigators like Tony Knotts and a Secret Service agent disguised because of her undercover work have others to question.
Basically, you've been caught in a sting operation. Of course, that's why you're in handcuffs.
Christopher Cannon is the 32-year-old volunteer church director who mentions several sexual positions he'd like to try with a girl posing as a 15-year-old. He's the one who ran as soon as he saw me.
Oh, why don't you have a seat real quick?
Oh, yeah, I know what this is.
No, please, I need you.
Yeah, I know what this was. I just went to test it, that's all.
Okay.
But that's not what he tells investigators.
It's funny. When I saw this on Dateline a few months ago, or whatever.
You show up in the middle of it.
Yes, and I'm like, that is so sick. Why did I do this?
The investigator reminds him he'd been chatting online with the decoy for more than a week, and many times the chat turned sexual.
I mean, just playing around with her, but my intention wasn't to do it. I even wanted to reject it.
But you drove 115 miles.
I know it. I kept saying to myself, why am I coming out here? What are you doing? What are you doing? Turn around, turn around. Trust me, I wanted to turn around.
Help me understand, because I'm kind of lost when you say that
Then why didn't you turn around?
you didn't want to come, but you're here.
Part of me was like, they were just turn around. And part of me was like, it's the first weekend you had to yourself. Just go out there, hang out a little bit. Don't do anything silly.
Well, why would you even have a sexual conversation with a 15-year-old?
I really tried to avoid her when I first met her. Every time I get online, she initiate the conversation.
You said you didn't initiate the conversation, but actually did. She never talked to you. You said hello, Natalie, because you saw her in a chat room.
Yeah.
And how are you doing today? That was the first initiation on your part.
Just chatted.
You asked her if she's horny now, and then you asked her if she's wet now. Why would you care if a 15-year-old is wet?
Stupidity, man. I mean, I don't know why. It's just
when you tell her you'll be gentle, what are you referring to when you're talking about being gentle?
Just being with her. Nothing sexually touching her and all that.
Chris, we've been doing this too long.
Yeah, just...
I understand y'all go through this.
I just saw you did sign the cross, so I know you're probably a religious man.
I'm about to...
And you would probably feel better if you...
If it never happened.
Yeah, never happened.
Back at the house, there are more suspected predators on the way. This man pulling into our driveway is 38-year-old David Hilbish. He builds tunnels.
In the chat, he had mentions molesting another 15-year-old.
He's been chatting with a decoy pretending to be 14. He says he'd rather not come to her home. He'd like to take her to a hotel.
Emily, wave him in. Here he comes. Good job. Good job. We got him coming.
Online, using the screen name Tunnels 12,000, he tells the decoy named Tracy in Excess this isn't his first time meeting a teen on the internet. I did it with a 15-year-old before, and I came real close to getting caught. I didn't have sex with her, everything but. He later says he was questioned by detectives, but never charged. Now, he wants to have sex with Tracy.
I want all of you, Tracy, in every way.
You show me, okay?
Hey, come on in. I made you some sweet tea.
Why is it always, I made you sweet tea, I made you cookies?
Well, I just gotta throw this in the dryer real quick or everything's gonna get up.
And it's always, I gotta throw this in the dryer real quick. You think they kind of switch it up a little bit because these guys, some of them, they've seen the show before. They can't say, hey, I don't know what this is. I mean, some of them, they're gonna wise up to it, and I wish they would just switch it up and say something else like, hey, I got accidentally bit by my dog, or hey, I need to go clean my room, or do whatever. Switch it up at least a little bit. Somehow.
Hey, this will only take a second. I'm sorry you couldn't bring your bike. I would have loved to see it.
Should you have a seat right over there, please? How you doing?
Yeah.
Good. When I confront the 38-year-old, his memory seems a bit foggy.
And so you were chatting with a girl named Tracy.
Right.
And how old is Tracy?
I don't have no idea.
The problem for you, David, is that I have the chat right here. How old are you again? Not sure if I read that right. 14. She said she's 14 right here, right?
I guess so.
So what you said before was not
Correct.
true. Okay. Have you ever done this before?
No.
Have you ever been with an underage girl before?
No, not sexually, no.
I did it with a 15-year-old before, and I came real close to being caught. We stay out all night and fall asleep in my truck.
I didn't break the law that I knew of, and the police officer told me that.
And why?
I don't know what the law is, but he didn't. He questioned me. I went back home that night, and he called me Monday.
When I read him some of what he wrote in his chat log, he first tries to blame the girl.
I would do it in a minute with you, hoping I would stay out of jail. You ask her if she likes oral sex.
And she asked me several things also.
Does that make it right?
No, and she invited me here.
So because a 14-year-old girl invites you to come over, it's okay for
a... Right, it's wrong. I admit I'm wrong.
Why did you do it?
Yeah, if it's wrong, why did you do it? Good question.
Reason.
I'd want to stay all night. Did you bring any alcohol with you?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what did you bring exactly?
Exactly what she asked.
When I ask him what his plan was here tonight, he says he's not really sure.
If this 14-year-old girl was willing to have sex with you, would you have had sex with her?
I can't say for sure. I never did with that other girl. And that's the reason why.
And that's the reason why?
She was underage.
Aren't there any girls or women of legal age that you can date? I mean,
I have a fiance.
Huh?
I have a fiance.
You have a fiance. And how do you suppose this is going to play when she finds out about this?
It's not going to play at all.
Now it's time to tell Tunnels 12,000 what he's walked into.
I need to tell you that I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on adults who meet teens online and then try to meet them in person for sex. If there's anything else you want to tell us about the situation...
I can understand how y'all legally been able to do this.
Oh, we can.
Okay.
Now,
then he says he'd like to say something more.
I just need to stay off the internet, maybe.
He says he's not a predator. He's a lonely man raising 2 children alone who uses the internet to meet women.
The predator is somebody that constantly does that. I don't do that. I would prefer to have someone my age that would prefer to have me. But if some female makes an offer to you and you're lonely already, it's tempting for a person.
What made this so tempting for you?
Being lonely.
Anything else you'd like to tell us?
No. Are y'all gonna get me arrested when I leave?
Had he seen our previous reports, he would know exactly what's going to happen next.
Sheriff's office, get on the ground! Get on the ground now! Get out! Get out! Get on the ground! Lay down! Lay down!
I got an update on Scooby-Doo's car. He's going to be in an orange Ford Explorer.
On this stormy summer night, on a winding country road, a potential sex predator slowly approaches a house where he believes a child is waiting for him. He's driven a long way for this meeting, almost 2 hours.
There he is. There he is. There he is.
But the driver won't find a young girl inside. Instead, a Dateline investigative team awaits his arrival.
All right, Emmy, he's coming in.
Why is this man making such a long trip in the dead of night? Perhaps because he believes a 15-year-old girl is alone inside, ready to have sex with him.
Open the door and call him. He's coming.
But his journey didn't begin today. It began more than a week earlier when he entered a Yahoo Georgia chat room and decided to hit on a decoy, an adult posing as a 15-year-old. It didn't take long for the 23-year-old, screen named Scooby-Doo ATL01, to steer the chat towards sex. He asked all kinds of sexual questions, like, what positions have you tried? You like doggy? The decoy says, I never did doggy before. And Scooby-Doo says, well, if we ever have sex, I'll introduce it to you. But I switch positions a lot, so you're bound to learn a few new tricks.
Not something you want to be saying to someone who's underage. Not at all.
Now, the man with the bag of tricks is walking in our house. We hired a very young-looking 19-year-old to play the part of the girl.
Hey!
Hey.
Took you a while to get here.
Yeah, well, someone can't get good directions of where they live.
I was taking stuff out of the dryer. It'll take a second. I made you some sweet tea. I have to do something to keep you awake.
Well, someone can't give good directions. Well, my dude, you're misguided in more ways than one.
I just gotta finish taking this stuff out.
You'd never guess, by the way this man confidently walks into our house, that he's seen Dateline's investigations into internet sex predators before, and he's still willing to risk being exposed on national television.
You had a hard time finding the place, or?
Yeah, man.
You got lost, huh?
Yeah, who are you?
Who are you?
I'm Dennis.
In our latest hidden camera operation, this time in rural Fortson, Georgia, 90 minutes south of Atlanta, it doesn't surprise us that the chat rooms are full of men aware of our previous investigations. Men who want to have sex with a minor, but are concerned they might be caught on tape.
It's actually been referenced by name at this point. Did you ever see To Catch a Predator?
You think that this is a deterrent in some ways for people coming over?
I mean, they're not coming over because they're afraid that it's media.
Del Harvey, her screen name, is a member of Perverted Justice, the online watchdog group dedicated to catching internet sex predators.
It's just a matter of getting him in the door.
Dateline paid Perverted Justice a consultant's fee to do what it usually does, go into chat rooms posing as 13 to 15-year-olds home alone, interested in sex. Some decoys pretend to be eager about sex. That's because experts we've spoken to say young teens are often curious, even precocious, when it comes to chatting online about sex without knowing the potential lifelong repercussions of being molested by an adult.
I don't know if anybody's in chat.
That's true, and that's why it doesn't matter whether the teen initiated the conversation or not. These grown people talk to these kids. They're predators because they prey on the fact that kids are curious about these things.
While it's encouraging to hear our investigations have scared off some potential child molesters, others, like Scooby-Doo ATL01, obviously didn't get the message. His real name is Dennis Colson, a construction worker from Atlanta. He says he's here to meet a girl named Izzy.
And how old is Izzy?
She told me she was 18.
So that'd be cool then, because she's of legal age.
No, I wasn't going to do anything.
The problem with that, though, is that I have the transcript of your online chat.
Okay.
So you want to start again and tell the story from the top?
Yeah.
Okay.
The story is 15.
And what did you guys talk about?
Just a lot of different things that I should have been talking about.
Give me an example.
Ask her if she was a virgin.
If she was a virgin.
Yes, sir.
And why would you ask that question of a 15-year-old?
I really did not have, I don't know, I'm sorry, I apologize. But I really did not have any plans to do anything tonight.
Did you bring condoms?
No, sir, I have condoms in my car.
You had, well then, so you did bring condoms?
Yes, but they are for my, I mean, I have them for safety, but I mean, that's just hanging out. I wasn't going to do it. I seriously swear,
so
I was not going to do anything.
But you talk about jail.
I know.
You can't go to jail for not doing anything.
When I start
He's getting caught in the lies.
to read some of his chat log, he gets up and starts pacing.
What positions have you tried?
Oh, God, I'm an idiot.
You know how to ride? You like doggy? And then you ask...
Oh, God, stop. Okay.
Just one more. You say, you ask if you delete all those IMs when you're done. I'd hate to have your mom get nosy.
Now it's time to tell him something he already knows.
Have you ever seen the program Dateline NBC?
Yes, I probably have. I don't know. Oh, my God.
You ever seen the stories where
Yes.
men come to the house trying to meet teens?
Yes, but I wasn't trying to do that, I promise.
Well, I got to tell you something. I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC, and we're doing a story on guys, men, trying to meet teens on the internet.
Maybe it's stupid. I'm a stupid man. That's I don't like it. I would like to leave.
He's free to leave, but he won't get very far. Perverted Justice has joined forces with the Harris County Sheriff's Office, providing chat logs and phone records, evidence needed to make an arrest. Here in Georgia, if a man makes a date online for sex with someone he believes to be a minor, it's a felony.
Sheriff, get on the ground! Down on the ground! Get down on the ground!
He's arrested.
Get on the ground now! Get on the ground! Please, don't take Put your hands behind your back. Please don't. Put your hands behind your back.
Please. Oh my God, my life is ruined. Can you shoot me? Can y'all just shoot me right now?
And take...
Well, yeah, did it to yourself.
Oh my God, I'm an idiot.
And he's brought into a room with an investigator from the Harris County Sheriff's Office.
How you going to ask him?
That was awesome. That was the best day of my life right there.
You'll hear more of Scooby-Doo's interview with police later.
I never should have said any of that. It was stupid. I'm a stupid man.
After Dateline confronts a potential sex offender here in rural Fortson, Georgia,
Free leave. What's going to happen?
Down on the ground! Get down on the ground!
law enforcement working with the online watchdog group Perverted Justice steps in.
Put your hands behind your back.
Even the U.S. Marshals and Secret Service are involved. Remember Scooby-Doo ATL-01, 23-year-old Dennis Colson? He made plans to teach new sex tricks to a girl he was told was 15.
Oh my God, I'm a idiot.
After he's arrested, he's put in an unmarked car and taken to this EMS station where he'll be questioned by law enforcement. His car is searched. The police find directions to the house along with condoms and marijuana. Colson is then brought to a room where he waits to be interrogated. That's where he meets Harris County Sheriff Mike Jolly, who finds out this isn't Colson's first run-in with the law.
I might get out of jail free card.
There's no get out of jail free card.
No, but from my parents, what I'm saying.
Oh, you've already used it one time?
I used it one time. It's done now, especially with this. It's over.
What you been picked up for?
Let's just not talk about it.
Well, I mean, we're going to find out.
Turns out Scooby-Doo has had several prior charges.
Colson, he had 4 prior charges, from theft to simple battery, simple assault. Some of these are aggravated type crimes.
But he was never convicted. Tonight, he'll have 4 more charges added to the list. Enticing a child for indecent purposes, obscene internet contact, criminal attempted child molestation, and possession of marijuana. One charge was later dropped. Scooby-Doo is brought into the interrogation room.
Oh my God, it's what's required. I can't cry.
Investigators read Colson
his favorite subject must be math because he loves to add charges.
I have to advise you that you, one, have the right to remain silent.
And start asking him questions.
And what screen name did you use since the 14th of July?
Investigator Gary Lewis shows the 23-year-old a copy of the chat he had with a decoy playing a 15-year-old.
Yeah, there's a lot of explicit there that I definitely shouldn't have said.
Yeah.
Let's not read that.
Saw that.
Just not read it. I never should have said any of that.
Less than 5 minutes after y'all were communicating, she relayed to you that she was 15 years old. I'm curious as to why you continued the conversation.
Because I'm retarded.
You're retarded.
Because I'm retarded. Because I was bored as and I just looking for...
Well, that's the only bit of truth he's told so far.
conversation. I was conversating. I'm not trying to clear it up. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's wrong. It's bad.
I mean, why would you ask a 15-year-old girl
I think we need
if she's still a virgin?
I think we should go ahead and stop.
Scooby-Doo ends the interview pretty quickly.
Alright, I believe that's all I'm going to show with this episode because it's like 40 minutes long and I don't really want to make a video that long. I want to make it under 20 minutes, so I will see you next time. And I'll definitely be doing another one of these sometime in the near future. Till next time, smile and stay positive.